In the dusty village of Haripur, nestled between rolling fields and ancient trees, lived a boy named Anay. He never raised his voice. Not because he couldn't, but because he chose not to. Since he was small, he'd learned that people often speak only to be heard, not to understand. The village boys laughed at him. Mute Anay, they called him. He's afraid of his own echo. He wasn't. He simply observed people, animals, clouds, and the old banyan that whispered secrets to those who listened. Anay worked as a shepherd, tending to goats and sheep in the hills. Alone most days, yet never lonely. He'd leave at dawn, a worn satchel across his shoulder, and return with every animal accounted for, even if one had wandered deep into the woods. Lucky boy, the elders said, or maybe the animals pity his silence. They were wrong. One monsoon afternoon, as the clouds bruised the sky and thunder cracked like an old god awakening, Anay found something strange near a stream. A lion cub, muddy, trembling, eyes wide with panic, alone, like him. He didn't run. He crouched and watched. The cub didn't growl. It whimpered. Like it missed its mother, Anay took a slow breath and placed his hand on the earth. He lowered his eyes. No threat. No sound. The cub stepped forward. From that day on, the cub would watch Anay from the forest's edge. Some days it followed him, always at a distance, always silent. The village noticed paw prints near the fields. "It's a beast!" Dhruv, the village hothead, cried. "It'll eat our cattle. We should hunt it." Anay said nothing. That night, he walked to the forest and stood beneath the stormlight sky. "I know you're watching," he whispered, for once using his voice, "but they won't understand you like I do." The wind carried his voice to the trees. The next day, the cub didn't return. Weeks passed. Crops began to fail. The river, once full, ran dry. Fear gripped Haripur. "We must dig a trench from the mountain spring," the village chief declared. "The one who finds the shortest path shall lead the effort." Men shouted plans, drew crooked maps. Dhruv claimed leadership before even measuring the land. Anay stayed silent. But at night, he walked the forest with bare feet, felt the ground, followed birds, tasted the breeze, and he found it, a clear slope from hill to field, hidden by thorns and stone. He drew it on old parchment in silence and handed it to the elders. They laughed. Who will follow a boy who cannot command? They chose Dhruv. The next morning, the village gathered to dig, but Dhruv's path hit stone. Water never reached the fields. Anay, watching from the hilltop, knelt and began digging, with only a stick, a trickle, then a stream, then water, flowing like it had waited only for him. The village stared. The chief walked to him. "You never raised your voice, yet your work shouted louder than any of us." Anay didn't smile, he simply nodded. That night, fireflies danced above the forest's edge, and from the shadows emerged the lion cub, bigger now, stronger, but still watching. Anay knelt again, and the cub, proud and fierce, walked forward, not as a beast but as a brother. Together, they stood under the stars. Two quiet souls, one message. You don't need to roar to lead. Actions rooted in silence are often the loudest truths. If you've ever felt invisible because you're quiet, remember, the world may not always hear you, but it will feel the impact of your presence. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories like this.